We can also not just create figures by rotating shapes, but also by stacking them. So basically what I'm talking about stacking 1,000 circles that look just like this, one on top of the other, okay? What that's going to do is it's going to create a circular base, okay? But as I'm going up, the shape doesn't change. So I can create a cylinder either by stacking a bunch of circles on top of each other or by rotating around an axis point like we've done previously, okay? Basically what you see though is the base shape, and then we just continue stacking all the way up. So here we have not a cylinder because we have a pentagon for a base, okay? Now, what we do when we have shapes that have two of the same bases, which is what we're going to end up with, because at the bottom of the 1,000 and at the top of the 1,000 stack is going to be a pentagon, and they're going to be the same size and shape. So we have two bases of the same size and shape, which means we are going to have a prism, and this, because our base is a pentagon, would be a pentagonal prism. That's not pentagonal prism. Yep, that's spelled right. Okay. Same thing here. It's going to be a prism. Okay. A cylinder is a circular prism, but we call it a cylinder because we have different names for circular bases. This has a triangle base, so it will be a triangular prism. Triangular. I cannot spell. Prism. Here we have a hexagon, which means we are going to have what kind of prism? A hexagonal prism. And here on the final piece, we will have, since we have a rectangle, we will have a rectangular prism. Now, the bottom part says name the solid formed by stacking similar shapes so that each layer gets composed of a slightly smaller, similar shape than the previous layer. So what this sounds like is we're starting with a shape. We have the base. We've only got one base, okay? And as we go up, we're going to continually get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until we get to a single point. That sounds to me like a cone when we're dealing with a circle. However, when we're dealing with other shaped base figures, and as we get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, we will call these pyramids, and we'll name them by the shape of their base. So this would be a pentagonal pyramid. And I'll try and spell much better. We've got here a triangular pyramid. We've got a hexagonal pyramid and a rectangular pyramid. So we've got prisms and pyramids, similar to cylinders and cones. However, cylinders and cones are special because they have circular bases. Our other pyramids and prisms are going to be named by the shape of their base.